What is your name, your age, and where you're from?
My name is Larry Thomas. I'm from Youngstown, Ohio, and I'm 18 years old.
Larry, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Um, I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. Grew up on the east side of Youngstown. Was involved in extracurricular activities such as sports or giving back to the community. I played basketball, soccer, and football, and I ran track. And I just moved to Columbus a few years ago, so it's probably going on my fifth or sixth year here in Columbus. I just recently graduated from Canal Winchester High School. I got a scholarship to go to Ashland University to major in sports management and minor in coaching, and also be on the varsity football team.
Tell us about your home life. Are you the only child? Are your parents still alive? Who raised you?
Growing up was kind of hard for me, just because of my past situations. When I was 3, my mom had abusive boyfriends that would do things to me, that were inappropriate, such as beating me and making me do things that a child would normally not do. So I kind of grew up fast and kind of learned how to adopt to an adult lifestyle, such as paying the rent at a young age, 14, 15, working 2 or 3 jobs, and just, pretty much learning everything just from a simple thing as cleaning the bathroom. I learned that on my own. So I was pretty much a young adult at a young age.
What are some of your most fondest memories as a child, even in the midst of all the craziness?
Probably speaking at a funeral. I spoke in front of the mayor of Youngstown, Ohio, John McNally. So that was a huge accomplishment for me. I spoke at my grandmother's funeral and also my uncle's. So it was a huge milestone for me. After that, I pretty much knew what I wanted to do as far as being a motivational speaker.
Are you nervous today?
Kinda. First time, like behind the camera on one.
What do you hope to tell us more about your childhood? Tell us some stories about your childhood. Maybe one that um, was maybe traumatic for you, and maybe one that was a highlight and good moment.
One good moment from my childhood, um, probably learning how to speak up for myself. I was kind of like shadowed into a dark place at a young age, and I didn't know how to speak for myself. But I got counseling. And I talked to my aunt and other people that wanted to facilitate and put positive things in play in my life, such as getting a life coach or counselor or playing sports, which kind of opened me up to be able to talk more and be more interactive. One challenging thing I went through, when I was like 13 or 14, I set a building on fire, and I had ended up getting arrested and picked up on a felony charge. I ended up beating the case, so I don't have anything on my record, but it was definitely something scary that I don't want no one to have to go through, just because being in the system can mess up your whole life, especially being a felon. So definitely want to think before you do.
You mentioned that one thing that helped you out as a child was having a life coach, getting counseling, therapy, and just getting the assistance. What are your thoughts about the Black community getting mental health or health services?
I don't think that us black folks do it enough. I feel like people see ADHD or say that they have to be on medication and they run away from it. Actually, it does help, especially for me. I know I have ADHD, and for me, sitting still for long periods of time does not go well. So definitely, when I take the medicine, it helps me sit still and be able to concentrate on one thing. As in, if I don't take it, then my mind is racing, thinking about 1 or 2 things at a time, trying to do that. So I think that definitely getting counseling, and speaking up if you see something wrong. Having a mental illness is something that can be, helped with throughout the way. You just have to be open about it. And if you don't, no one can help because they don't know what's going on.
Tell us about some of the things you dreamed about as a kid.
I always dreamed about going to college to play football. Just being able to help people out and have like a name for myself, something positive to stand for people to look back on to.
What else did you dream about as a kid?
Um, Probably being different than my parents, both my mom and my dad. I want to be better, as far as furthering my education and actually finishing school in a allotted time that I'm supposed to, which is 4 to 5 years.
All right. Now, you said you are the only child or you have siblings?
No, I have about 7 or 8 siblings, brothers and sisters on both sides, mom and dad.
Okay. Which siblings did you actually grow up with in the same household?
My sister Dalen, David, and Eva. I
All
grew
right.
up with.
Tell us about some of your experiences as siblings growing up.
As siblings, I feel like since I'm the oldest, I was always the one that had to do everything, such as clean up the house or just doing anything extracurricular. I had to do it first. I was more like hard on by my parents because I was the oldest and I didn't really get caught. Cut any slack. So definitely had to grow up fast with that and just adapt to being more disciplined than other people.
How did growing up fast and having to mature a lot earlier than other kids, how did that impact your early teenage years?
Kind of made it difficult to have fun because I didn't really know how to have fun. Like I just started getting out more, hanging out more with friends. So it was a negative because I was always by myself or with my siblings and I didn't have really time to myself and I didn't go out and do things. But now that I've learned how to have a voice for myself, I've been able to be more free and go out and do things in a respectful manner.
When was that moment in your life that you felt that things were changing for the better?
Um, After I witnessed the drowning, I saved one child from drowning. The other one passed away, unfortunately, in Canal Winchester Pond at age 16. It was very hard.
Tell us about that full story.
Okay, so one day I was walking to my ex girlfriend's house, and so I was coming back because I had just dropped her off at her house. So I was coming back and I saw 2 kids playing by the pond before I left. Now, mind you, when I'm coming back, the kids crying on the side of the river. And so I run up to him. I ask him, "Hey, what's going on?" He says, "My friend is drowning." So I immediately looked on both ends of the pond just to see if I could see him. I could not see him. He said that he was in the middle of the pond. I couldn't see him because I was going to jump in and get him. So then I asked the young man, where did he live at? So I found that information out, went to his house, and then immediately contacted police and ambulance and let them know that there was a child that was drowning. I notified the parents, came out of the house, and then they had told me when I went back to the scene that the kid had died on the scene. So it was very hard.
And what did that do for you? And how did that change your life to start to walk towards the light?
Um, it was very traumatic. I felt kind of bad, seeing someone die right in front of me, knowing I couldn't save him. But again, it was out of my control. I couldn't control it. Everything happens for a reason. I'm a firm believer in that. It kind of helped me to know that I can help others and not be so selfish and, know that helping others can definitely lead to great things.
Do you like to be in control of life?
Sometimes it depends on the situation.
Go into that.
Like, I don't like being told when to take medicine or when to be home or like when I got to clean and stuff like that. So I like to be more self independent.
Why do you think that is?
Just because that's what I'm used to. And I don't like people to have to hound me to do things. I feel like I'm old enough to know how to do it on my own without people having to tell me more than once.
So let's fast forward to your middle school going into high school years. Tell us about those years.
In middle school, I got in a lot of trouble. I was kind of like really not focused on the whole educational side. I was more kind of like a jock. I played sports and I just wanted all the attention. I tried to rap, that didn't work. So I just focused more on sports, mostly. Yeah, I focused on football my 8th grade year, and I ran track as well. Kind of died down to stop getting in trouble. I went to high school, still got more trouble. My freshman year had a 1.75 GPA, then brought it up to a 3.34 my sophomore year. And so it's been a just up and downhill. So I just been, being self motivated just so I can stay on the football field.
So most of the academic work that you put in was to secure your spots on the field.
Yes.
Why is the field your safe haven? Why is that your place of refuge?
Just growing up in Youngstown, East Side, playing football in Youngstown is a big thing. A mentor, a person I look up to is Maurice Claret. He played football at Ohio State, and he's from Youngstown. So I kind of look at his story and kind of compare it to mine. Just growing up playing football was something that got my mind off of things and just allowed me to connect and bond with other like-minded young men and gave me opportunities to make bonds that last a lifetime and then go on to the collegiate level and play football as well.
So, how would you describe yourself as an athlete? How would you describe yourself? How are you as an athlete?
I feel like as an athlete, I'm a student first. I definitely push myself in the classroom to be the best student athlete I can be, meaning focus on my academics first and then the athletics, because without grades, you can't be eligible to play football. I feel like I'm a leader at times. Sometimes I slip up and make mistakes, but I feel like if you don't take losses, you can't win in life. So you have to learn how to lose in order to win.
Where are you at now in your life and your social space in terms of the people around you, the atmospheres you put yourself in?
Mm, Right now, I'm at life. I'm more open to talk to people, more comfortable around people. I get out a lot more. I'm more open to talk about my feelings and express what's going on inside my head or even in my life. I don't mind sharing my story to other people that I know or maybe not know. So I'm just saying that I've grown and matured in a more positive direction, and I definitely don't take it for granted because I could have been somewhere else. So definitely a blessing.
How has spirituality played a role in your life from you being a child, growing up elementary, going to middle school, and everything there?
Um, Played a big role. I always grew up in the church. I went to Antioch Baptist Church in Youngstown, Ohio, under Pastor Ellis. He was a great friend of me and the Woodbury family in Youngstown. So I always enjoyed going to church with my great grandmother and my grandmother, which was her daughter, but she ended up dying. But I still keep in contact with my pastor in Youngstown. I actually go to church here in Columbus at Empowerment Church under Coach, Pastor Darren Allen and Gloria Allen, and then my cousin Jason Poole. Um, I just got baptized going on 2 years now. So that definitely helped me to get more closer with God and understand, what spirituality is and to just keep moving closer to God because without him, I feel like I can't move in the right directions.
So, looking back at your childhood again, and it was summer days. How were your summer days? What did you do outside? Who did you hang out with? How did you have fun? How did you make fun for yourself?
During the summertime, I either went to my grandmother's house, she lived in Youngstown, downtown, or I would play outside at my house, or maybe sometimes stay inside of the house and play video games or watch TV, or um, we would go to different events in Youngstown, such as go swimming or go to the basketball court or something like that. Or I played sports at the YMCA in Youngstown, so that was an extracurricular activity I definitely enjoyed.
So, if you had to rate you having to grow up fast compared to you being able to be a child and have fun, how did it fit? How did they balance each other out? Did they balance each other out?
Growing up fast definitely wasn't fun, but I definitely learned a lot at a young age. So I feel like it helped my mindset be able to be more stronger and stimulate more than other people that I know or surround myself with. Just because my friends tell me that I'm the one that made it out and made a bigger picture for myself other than just Youngstown. I got out of it and wanted something more for my life and for my family. So I just continue to grind and work hard and just keep God first in everything that I do.
What would you tell the child that is living in the household or the families that may have been experiencing abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse? What would you say to them right now?
Um, I'll just say pray. Um, Number two, learn how to communicate and speak up for yourself. Know who you can trust and who you can't trust because you can't tell everything. I mean, everything to everyone. Be accountable for what you've done. And when you tell a story to a trusted adult, make sure that it's accurate and all the information, if information is right. Also, just don't be afraid to open up because if you don't open up, nobody will know your story. And you definitely want to get help and holding in anger and emotions, definitely with mental health can definitely mess you up and affect you. I know for me, for instance, I had like chest pains and stuff, so I had spoke up about it and went to the hospital. So you definitely want to do that. And then just don't give up. And then if this areas you're around is abusive and negative, try to find extracurricular activities that you can get involved in within the community, or find a job and just get out the house for a few hours and just get into a more positive, lighter mindset.
So were there people in your community, in your atmospheres growing up that you trusted, that were your safe havens or your places of refuge or people of refuge?
Yes, my pastor Jason Poole is actually my blood cousin. So me and him talk quite often throughout the week. He took me to all my college visits, helped me with recruitment as far as talking to schools, figuring out what school would be best fit for me. So we go to church every Sunday together as well. And so we just have a great relationship. There was also a lot of coaches and family members that definitely helped me along the way. Definitely appreciate them as well.
So for the person in that youth and young adult that is still searching for those that they can trust, where can they look? Where would you tell them to look?
It could be as small as a teacher, a friend, someone you may meet on social media that you trust, maybe an adult, maybe a cousin, just somebody that you know that you or you can feel that they have the traits of a trustworthy young man or a trustworthy young woman. But don't just tell your business to just anyone. Definitely look into a person before you invest time into just opening up.
How do you feel about all that you've accomplished?
I feel like I came from nothing and made something out of nothing. So I definitely feel great. I'm blessed for the opportunities that I have and I still will have coming through for the future. I just try to push myself to be better every day. I'm definitely great for every opportunity that have come across in life. I definitely don't take it for granted, and just a blessing to be here in this position I am today.
So it sounds like you're moving up and higher and going further. You're not going to quit. You're going to keep going. Are there any special people in your life that you hope to take with you, that you hope are by your side as you go through this journey?
Yes, most definitely. My family, friends, and people that I've come along with to support me throughout the way. I feel like without support, you can't move a village. So you definitely need support and things that you do, even if it's just one person.
So talk to me about mentorship. Have you experienced being mentored? Are you a mentor yourself?
I feel like mentorship is definitely a great level that you have to step onto to be able to be accountable for your actions, or just have that person that you can trust or look up to. So I had a mentorship with the Red Zone, which was through Maurice Claret from Youngstown, Ohio. So I was a youth intern to other like youth, like kids, like 6 through 13 or 6 through 14. So kind of showed them the way. They showed me a lot too. I had a mentorship with Lethal Learning Academy. I had different speakers and people come in to show me things and just open my mindset to bigger and new things. So I feel like mentorship is definitely a great thing to get involved in.
So what are some of the life lessons or quotes or sayings that you use every single day for yourself?
One from the Bible, all things are possible through Christ. Just because I'm a firm believer in God, and I feel like all things are possible through Him. You just have to manifest and have faith in Him, and it will work out for you in the end.
Take a moment to talk to the youth, young adult, the ones that are in dysfunctional situations, the ones that are pushing and pressing and rising higher and higher, ones that may be hopeful. Talk to the youth and the young adults from the start to the finish. Talk to them a little bit and give them something to grow off of. This is from you to them.
From me to them, definitely say proud of you. Uh, Thank you for keep going, because definitely suicide from going through things is a big thing in the community, especially in the Black community here in Ohio or even in Columbus, Ohio. So definitely, when you go through something, you definitely want to have a village of people that you trust to be able to help you get through the things that you went through, so that can help you grow and develop and be the person that you want to be, or you feel like God placed you on this earth to be. So I would just say never be complacent. continue to grow and be the person that you desire to be, um, and definitely learn how to trust others and network with people, because I feel like that's something that you need, especially if you want to grow in life in general, no matter what you want to do. Keep your social medias clean, because if you post negative and nasty things, business people or just jobs or anybody, people don't want to work with people to do that or put negative things on the internet. That's just one thing that people don't like. So I'm just saying, just keep your head on straight, never give up, continue to grow, don't be complacent, and love yourself throughout the process too. And don't be afraid to share the gems that you have learned throughout your journey to other people to help them grow and develop.
If we look for you 5 to 10 years from now, where would you be? Who would you be? Who would be around you? What would you have? What would you be doing?
5 to 10 years from now, I see myself as a football coach, a motivational speaker, and a mentor. Just because of my vision and my passion for helping other people. I feel like helping other people is something I'm very passionate about. I feel like when you get blessed, you want to bless other people as well, because that's what God put his people on earth to do, is to serve and give back. So that's definitely something I'm passionate about. And that's why I'm going to college and majoring in sports management and business management and minor in coaching, because I feel like that's something I'm passionate about, and I refuse to do something I'm not passionate about. So, yeah.
What about the future? Do you hope to ever have a relationship, have kids of your own? Like, what do you aspire to have for yourself?
Um, yeah, I definitely want to settle down with the right female. Still looking. So definitely growing up young, these relationships sometimes ain't the best, my brother. So sometimes settling down and being on your own and figuring out who you are as a person is something good before you take that next stepping stone into finding a relationship. But I definitely want to have a family. I want my first child to be a girl. So I'm hoping for that in the future, manifesting that. So yeah.
Why do you want to be a girl dad?
I feel like having a girl is something that it's so special to me. I just seen other men grow up and have a baby, and it was a girl, and it just changed their life. When they may have been in the negative, it changed them to the right. So just seeing that, it's like, wow, that can be me. So why not? Hey, I'm all for it.
If we were able to describe you in a few words, what would it be?
Courageous, blessed, um, helpful, strong, trustworthy, loyal, hardworking, and athletic.
Give us your final thoughts, brother.
My final thoughts and my message for this whole thing is to just keep pushing. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. You can achieve it. Never say no. Never say never. Keep manifesting it. Keep building that village of people you trust, and continue to push forward to make sure that you can get to where you want to be, because no one can stop you but yourself. You just have to have the right mindset, the right people around you, and you just got to be yourself. So keep pushing. Don't give up. Don't be afraid to speak up.